places of worship in Mazatlan. Hi, broadcasting not live from Mexico, I'm Bill the Geek. This is the Bill Dallas Lewis channel, and we make videos about the joys of living in Mexico. You're about to see some video clips, images that you may find shocking or quite disturbing. I've lived in Mexico for about 20 years now, and I've never experienced anything like what you are about to see right now. Let's get on with the story. I have a Canadian friend who lives in my building. He watches my videos and he's a subscriber. His name is Brent. You're going to see him in many of these video clips. He had a question about being a Canadian and what's the good thing about maybe getting a Mexico passport also. And he just bought a brand new drone, so he had some questions for me. So we set a time and I met at his apartment. We talked about some things, and towards the end of the conversation, I asked him, "Hey, Brent, what are you doing this week?" He told me that, hey, well, twice a week I go to this place and we get on a bus and we stop in different communities and pass out sandwiches and orange and water to people. And then we go to the Mazatlan trash dump. Now, Brent is real laid back, real cool, really great guy, but the way he described it, it just hit me. I got to make a video about this. So I asked him if I could go along. 2 days later, I met Brent in our lobby around 7:30 in the morning, and we took this 4-hour trip. This trip touched my heart in many different ways. At the very end of this video, I'm going to share with you the website to this organization and give you a link to the website so you can research it and call them if you want to go on this trip. Are you ready? Let's take the trip. Let's take a look at the map so you can see where you're going. At the top, you can see where I live in Sabalo country. That's northern Mazatlan. We're going to go down to the Golden Zone, which is about 5 minutes away, which is kind of a hot spot for bars and restaurants. That is where Brent's organization's headquarters is. And we're going to get on a bus, a yellow school bus, and go down to Juarez, and we're going to visit the surrounding communities and the Mazatlan trash dump. Everything you're going to see is in Mazatlan. So Brent and I, there's Brent right there. We get to the Golden Zone into his facility, and he introduces me to his friends and gives me a little tour of the kitchen there and the rooms, and gives me an idea of what the place is all about. This is the front of the community in the Golden Zone, and there's a water fountain. Water fountains are rare in Mexico, and Brent's organization wants to put these water fountains in schools throughout Mazatlan. Quite a unique thing. We go into a room, and all of these guys are putting fresh water. They've developed a water infiltration system that they want to put throughout communities in the place that we're going to go. And these guys are filling up little containers of these water bottles so that we can go to communities and share fresh, clean water with the people that live there. And that's Russell. He lives in my building. You can see him now. They organized the water so that we can put the water bottles on the bus for our trip. Brent takes me to another room. In this room, the people are putting together tuna fish sandwiches. In Mexico, you would call these things tortas. And they're putting on like zucchini over the top, and they're wonderful sandwiches. I ate one, but it's like a factory in here. They'll make 400 of these to give to about 5 or 6 communities of people that wait on them every Tuesday and Thursday. Please leave a comment. Tell us what you think. If you like the video, why not click the like button? If you know somebody looking for a place of worship in Mazatlan, why not click the share button? So we bottle the water, make the sandwiches, and then we're going to put all of that on their bus. So we're ready to rumble. water package, sandwiches good to go. It's about a 20-minute bus ride away from our first stop, and I believe that guy's name is Walter. Very intelligent man. He's telling us about the communities where we're going, the history of their organization that has been around for decades. They have many facilities in the area that we are going to visit right now. As we get a little bit away from the Golden Zone, we see a brand new part of Mazatlan that I have never seen before. And these are communities, and people live here. They have schools out here and families and little tiendas, and we're about, I'm going to say about 4 or 5 miles away from El Centro, where all of the tourists go every day. I slowed this down, but we stop and give this guy in the wheelchair a sandwich, an orange, and some water. He waits there every Tuesday and Thursday, and he's so happy to get it. We make our first stop. It's a rainy day, and so not as many people show up, and it's a little cool outside. But at our first stop, people are happy to get some water and a nice torta. At our next stop, it's in front of one of their facilities. You can see La Vina, which means the vineyard, I think. And they pull the bus up in front, and they have a line of people standing in line that have been waiting to get a nice torta and some fresh water. And you can see Walter there in his shorts and his plaid shirt, and he's been doing this for years. So he knows many of these people and families, just like he's their neighbor. And he's smiling. One thing they said before we took the tour is the only thing that you're allowed to do on this tour is smile and give hugs. And there he goes. He's going to smile and push the baby. This is Elijah. He is from Virginia. He has a Mexican passport and a United States passport. And he was sent here on his own. He wanted to come to Mazatlan and do this as an intern for 3 months. What a story. We are getting close to the Mazatlan trash dump. And these are tires. They say they have been there for years waiting to be recycled. We are now at the dump. And you're going to see people walking around with bags, and they are collecting recyclables, cans, plastics, and if they work 6 days a week, they can earn about 1,200 pesos a week. That's about $70 a week. You're going to see lots and lots of these people. Here you go, hundreds of people collecting recyclables. And the bus has arrived. We're passing out sandwiches and water. This was a real experience for me, but the people were so friendly and happy. And Brent's group, which we will give you their website in a few seconds here, but this was a wonderful experience. Win-win situation for everybody. In this fast clip, almost everybody you see has a water, a sandwich, and they're taking a little break from their daily work at the Mazatlan dump. We just created a new Facebook group a couple of weeks ago. It's called Expats in Mexico, Bill Dallas Lewis. We only have about 130 members. Join us, post your photos, your thoughts about living in Mexico, and ask all the questions you want. You'll find a link in the description below. Brent's organization calls this the Compassion Tour. The name of the organization is Vineyard Ministries. I'm not an expert on this organization. I may have gotten dates and places wrong, so excuse me for that. But I did want to share this experience and get the name and contact information out for this organization. Again, I'm sorry for any mistakes. But I do want to thank Brent and his organization for taking me along on this trip and allowing me to shoot these videos. Thank you, my friend Brent, for inviting me on that fabulous, wonderful trip. We have many more videos to come. Thank you for watching. Click that subscribe button and we'll see you in the next video.